Dubai property prices have surged more than 60% in some areas since 2022. But with thousands of new units about to hit the market, the question every expat investor is asking is this: is the Dubai property bubble about to burst? You see, I've guided investors across Dubai and Abu Dhabi for the past 3 years. From small apartments to luxury villa redevelopments, you name it. You see, and what I'm seeing right now, it's unlike anything we faced before. Because if you get this wrong, you could overpay by at least 15%, struggle to exit a deal, or even get trapped in an off-plan project, or a project you just can't resell. But if you get it right, you'll be on the other side of the investors who ride the next phase of growth instead of being crushed by it. So, in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what the latest data actually says about the Dubai property market, where demand is moving to next, where smart money is going, and where communities are best placed to thrive. And of course, how to position your capital so you don't get caught on the wrong side of 2026. So, let's start with the numbers because everyone's talking about an oversupply corrections, but very few people are looking at what the data actually shows. According to multiple reports, we're looking at a moderate correction of up to around 15% across certain sectors between 2026 and 2027 following record highs, and around 25,000 new apartments have already handed over this year, and over 300 are expected in the next 32 months. It's not a disaster though, it's a wake-up call to be selective. Off-plan now makes up nearly 70% of the transactions in the market, and secondary is tightening, which tells you that end-user demand is solid, but speculative flipping is definitely slowing down. You see rental renewals are actually up by 70% of all leases, meaning tenants are staying put, which means stability. So don't panic. And just so you know, I spend hours each week on in-depth research in the Dubai property market. And if you want to stay ahead of these shifts, I've set up a private WhatsApp community where I share the latest Dubai property news, market updates, and exclusive off-market deals before they hit the public. So, if you're serious about investing in 2026, make sure you join. The link is in the description. Now that you understand what's happening with supply, let's talk about where the demand is actually going, because this is where most investors get it completely wrong. Now, this section of the video is very important. Where is smart money moving to? So, we'll get into areas and all that in a minute, but there's 3 fundamentals. Number 1 is quality. That's quite obvious. Scarcity, when I dive into this, you'll understand, because scarcity is one of those things that people don't truly grasp. And then long-term fundamentals. All right. People have this obsession that Dubai is this lottery ticket, this quick in and out kind of thing. I'll be honest, there was a time when most off-plan you bought performed well, as in you know you'd buy it today, and in a year's time you can sell it, because there were little launches, 2021, 2022, just started picking up then, and prices were cheap and people wanted to then. As soon as that second wave of buyers came in 2023, they were picking up the stuff from 2022, and so forth. But that's changed. You can see the amount of things that are launching. You can see how much off-plan is coming to the market. So now it's more important than ever to tick these 3 boxes. I want to touch on 3 areas that I get a lot of comments and a lot of queries about, and it's 3 areas that are heavily marketed, and I'll give you my honest feedback on them. And this is the classic maritime city, Dubai Islands and Port Rashid Minishid by Amar. Now, funny thing is I've sold properties in all 3 of these locations. So fundamentally, I do believe they are good long-term plays. I think one of the biggest misconceptions a lot of people have is that these are quick flips. All right, you see each one of these locations has its pros and has its cons. And each one of these locations will eventually, I believe, have its own sort of uniqueness about it. We know Dubai Island's going to have the golf course, the wellness, It's going to have, a lot of hotels, all this kind of stuff that's coming over there.